a no. Okay. So you look like a big class. How many are there in the room today?
23 or 22 today.
22. Okay. It's a big class. And you are what? 9, 8 years old?
Yep, most of us are 8 and 9.
Okay. Cool. So I am Manuela. Okay. And I live in Portugal, which is in Europe, a very small country in Europe. And we are facing the Atlantic as you guys in New York are. Okay. So we are on the opposite side of the Atlantic. I will show you on the map in a minute. I'm sure you know why I'm here today. First of all, I'm sorry. I should be here with you last week, but we had a big storm and the internet was not very good. So I chose to postpone this conversation with you. I want to share my screen, but for some reason the button, oh, now it is. So hopefully you'll be seeing my screen any minute now. Just let me know when you can see it.
Yes, we see it.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. As you all can read, it's a very, very serious threat. And Otto's friends, they are not very happy with what's happening to their home because the ocean is their home, right? So let's start with this movie from an island. This is from an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And look how it is. Very, very dirty. There's rubbish all over the beach. Little pieces of broken down plastic. You can see fishing nets, buoys, big pieces, smaller pieces. It's a nightmare. It's disgusting, isn't it? Yeah.
I would definitely not be going to that beach.
Yeah, me neither. Would you believe if I tell you that no one lives on the island? Would you believe me when I say no one lives on the island? Would you believe?
Unbelievable. No. Some yes, no. Sorry.
It's almost impossible to believe, but it's true, unfortunately. So some scientists were studying that island, the animals living there, etc. And all of a sudden they found that disgusting waste on the beaches all over. So only animals live on the island. It's called the Anderson Island, and it's here. You see here on the map, it's in the middle of nowhere. You see Australia here, there's South America, there's North America over there, New York, and Portugal. See, so we are almost neighbors from one side to the other of the Atlantic, and the island is here. So my question for you is why? Why is that island so full of plastic? If no one lives there, as far as I know, the animals don't use plastic, do they? So why? Why is it the island so full of plastic? Any ideas?
What do you think, Leo?
So I think like the plastic like gets into the ocean and then it goes onto the island.
Yeah, very good. And why is it in the ocean in the first place?
Nikki?
Because people litter.
Yeah, because people litter in the ocean, yeah. So maybe, I guess, the people from the coast, the towns near the coast, in any country, in any continent, are to blame. Is that your opinion?
What do you guys think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? You agree or disagree?
You agree. So people on the coast are to blame, myself included, because my town is right next to the beach. Only 5 minutes walk and I'm on the beach. Well, it should be, but it's not, okay? Everyone is to blame, even people in the middle of any continent, in the middle of Australia or the US or Canada, wherever, or Europe. Even if they are far away from the ocean, everybody is to blame. Do you know why? Because plastic can travel. It can fly. It's very, very light, so it can fly. Some plastic can fly like birds. They can fly with the wind. They can go with the rain. They can go. It can go with down the drains, you know, and then into rivers. And as you know, rivers go to the ocean. Okay, and then these round currents, as you said, do the rest. So plastic can also float. Some of it will sink. Some scientists even found plastic in the deepest places in the ocean. Can you believe that? Very, 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 very deep in the ocean. And the animals there are also suffering from plastic. It's a nightmare. The island is here, okay? In the middle of this round circle here, these are currents that all the oceans have. So the tides and the waves do the rest. They bring it to the beach. Okay, so these guys here, well, they are not happy. They are Otto's friends. So you know dolphins, right? We have all sorts of whales, seals, what else? Turtles. We have all sorts of fish. It doesn't matter the size or the color. They are not happy. Even seahorses or birds like penguins or these seagulls or albatrosses, crabs, they hate plastic. Do you know why? Want to know why? Yeah? So this is why. Because we are putting too much plastic in the home, in the oceans. Guess what? Some of the plastic, in fact, half of the plastic we are using, we use it just one time. And then we throw it away. Like a plastic bag, for instance. We use it more or less 15 minutes. It's the time to come from the grocery store to home. And then we discard it. Oh, it has a hole or it is dirty. I don't want it anymore. So we discard it easily. And so many other things made of plastic. And this is creating a huge amount of plastic being dumped in the ocean every year. You see this number here? 8 million tons. Well, almost 9 million now, like your age. So 8 or 9, it depends. It's growing very, very fast. Do you know what this number means? 8 million tons a year? It means as if one of those big trucks is dumping plastic in the ocean every minute. Do you know what a minute is? Yeah. 60 seconds. So chick, 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 chick. Every time I don't know, the pointer makes a turn in the clock, it's 1 minute. So every time it takes a turn, it's as if one of those big trucks would be dumping plastic in the ocean. Can you imagine? It's a nightmare. And another truth you all have to know right now is that plastic, not all plastic will be recycled, like plastic straws, for instance, or these earbuds to clean the ears, you see? So the seahorse should not be holding this. It should be holding a little stick made of wood or something, or a little algae, not an earbud. Okay, so some photographers from the National Geographic, they took this photo, but it should never have happened, unfortunately. So it's plastic straws, they can be very, very dangerous. They can work like weapons, you know, and stab some little fish. I saw this movie the other day. Maybe you have also seen it. I don't know. It's very disturbing about a turtle with one plastic straw inside the nose, and some people were trying to pull it out, and she was bleeding and suffering. Oh my God! It was so painful to see, and I guess the poor guy was suffering so much too. So many animals are suffering from that. I will show you in a minute. Another danger we are all facing not only the animals, but humans as well, is called microplastics. Ever heard of this word?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's quite dangerous. And microplastics can be as small as a grain of rice, as small as a grain of, I don't know, sugar, or a grain of sand. So speaking of which, if I show you this rock, I'm holding this one, okay? Can you see on the little screen in front of my face? I'm holding it in between my fingers. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks smaller, doesn't it? So it's very, very small. And microplastics can be even smaller than this little rock. So tell me, if you put some sugar in your drink and all of a sudden you decide, oh, I don't want so much sugar, can you take it out?
No. Yeah.
You
No.
can? No, you can't. At least at naked eye, you can't go there and pick the little pieces of sugar because it will dissolve in the water. It's pretty much what is happening with the microplastic. So the plastic we have in the water starts to break. Okay, again and again and again, due to the waves or some bites of other fish, or maybe even some boats will break it as well. So in the sun, so it breaks again and again and again, and it becomes so small as this grain of sand, or very, very small. And it takes a special equipment to see it. Sometimes it's so small that we have to have some special equipment. And some scientists, unfortunately, found it even outside the water. Okay? So it's not only the oceans that are contaminated, it's also the earth, the land, and the mountains, and the air we breathe. Okay? It's all over the place. Scientists will learn now what's the impact in human health. For now, we still don't know. Okay? We still don't know. So it's very dangerous, I can tell you, in my opinion, that it must be very dangerous. We know it's hurting the animals and they feel sick. Sometimes they don't feel like eating or going away from the predators. They change their behavior, you know. So it's very dangerous. I hope you are prepared now because I will show you some disturbing photos. Okay? So if you don't want to look, just close your eyes or look to the other side, no problem. Okay, but you have to see some truth, what is happening, what is causing. So this easy way of living we have today, we just use the candy wrapper and then we throw the plastic away, or the stick, the little stick, or the little bag, or the little box, whatever, and we discard it so easily. Sometimes we don't even put it in the bin. So this is what's happening to the little animals, and not so little, because of that. So here we go. First, the birds. They are feeding their own babies with little pieces of plastic. So they are killing their babies without knowing. Okay? All birds, almost all birds in the world are contaminated with plastic. Almost all birds. Imagine if we have 190 or 90 something would be contaminated with plastic in their stomachs, etc. So you see here, they even use it to nest. A nightmare. Look, this is a very sad photo. This used to be a bird. You can still see the feet or the beak, and inside the stomach we see little pieces of broken down plastic. It's very disturbing photo, but this is what's happening to the birds all over the world. Very sad. Some of you maybe saying, well, birds are dumb. Why are they eating plastic? They shouldn't be eating plastic. So it's their fault. Well, It's not. They are not dumb, you know. They just get confused because plastic releases a special smell when decomposing that attracts them. They also like the bright colors, so they eat it. Okay? And they think it's so good that they feed their babies with that. Can you imagine? Very, very sad. Look here. Those little boxes that we don't want anymore, and many times we use it them just once, we throw it away. So this is what's happening to little animals like this crab. He was trying to find a new shell or trying to eat something inside, we don't know, but it got stuck inside, never got out. So what will happen to this poor creature, can you tell me?
It will suffocate.
Yeah, it will suffocate or it will starve to death. We don't know what will go first, but it will be very painful, I guess. And now we have a turtle eating a jellyfish, right?
No.
No, it's not a jellyfish. Are you sure?
Yes.
So, turtle, what are you doing? Why are you eating a plastic bag? Are you crazy? Well, turtles get also confused. Okay, they get confused. They think it's a jellyfish when they see a plastic bag far away. They just think, whoa, what a lovely jellyfish I'm eating today. And they go there very slowly, as they always do, and they try to swallow it. So they get, how do you say? I forgot the word in English. Oh, they can't swallow it, you know? So they will suffocate as well. They will die with it in the throat. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, very sad. This one got entangled in this heavy fishing net. Somehow the poor guy managed to swim to shore, and now it's laying there on the sand waiting to die because it's too painful, you know, to go back to the ocean and feed itself. It's very, very painful to grab this heavy fishing net with her. It weighs a lot, these fishing nets. So it will stay there. Look, you see, it doesn't matter the size of the turtle or the species, they all get entangled. We have a penguin here. Do you know what this is? Do you know the cans of soda, the tins? I don't know what's the word for you. This is plastic rings holding those cans. You know, so if you have those at home, tell your parents to cut it, okay, with the scissors. Cut it, all the rings. Every time you see some plastic rings, cut it, because many times the birds go inside, or other little animals. The beak can go inside if these rings are small, and they can't eat anymore, you know. So it's very, very sad. All animals are getting entangled. It can be dolphins, it can be sharks, it can be whales, it doesn't matter the species. They all get entangled, and they are in danger. They are crying out for our help, you know, and we have to help them. They deserve our help, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did nothing wrong. They are just living their lives, doing nothing wrong. We are doing the wrong things, not them. Even animals on land are also in danger because we discard our plastic everywhere, you know? So we are contaminating the soil with toxins because plastic releases very dangerous substances called toxins, and we are contaminating the soil as well. All are in danger. Even monkeys are not understanding what plastic is for. So now we have to do something. Otherwise, in 2050, by 2050, as you see here, in the middle of this century, 30 years more or less from now, when you are grown-ups as your teachers, there will be more plastic than fish in the oceans. Can you imagine? And you will be the adults having to deal with this problem. So I guess it's better to start today, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to start today. Otherwise, it will be too late. Many animals will go extinct, disappear from the face of the earth, and we will see them only on museums or online, like dinosaurs, you know. And we don't want that. We want to preserve our beautiful planet as it is. So now let's watch. Do I have time, Alison?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So I will show you this movie. This is Matilda, okay, and her older sisters, and she likes to shop, okay. She adores shopping, and she loves to go to those big shops and buy everything she can find. So she will learn a lesson once she gets home.
Ooh, hi. Hello.
Select from popular items. Look at items alphabetically. Quantity needed. Select payment type. Item has been processed.
So now she learned the lesson, and she changed her behavior. She's doing things differently. As you can see, she goes to local market, smaller market. She brings her own bags. She reads the labels carefully. Local products are better because they don't have to travel from so far away, and we are helping our neighbors. There are plenty ways we can use. We can use paper bags, cloth bags, card boxes, even baskets. All these we can compost later. Sorry. Okay, so these are some ideas of what you can do, like Matilda. Okay, maybe you have other ideas. I don't know. Let me see. Did you talk about the sustainable goals with your teacher?
Yes.
Yeah, you look like you knew what I was talking about. So number 15, protect life on land, below water, fight against climate change. And number 12 is also very important, responsible consumption and production. Do you know what these fancy words mean? Your choice. When you go to a shop like Matilda, you can choose, okay? So instead of buying plastic bottles or yogurt, for instance, in coming in little boxes, plastic boxes, you can choose to buy your things in different materials like glass or metal even, okay? So I want to tell you two things. First, no one will change a finger unless we recognize we are doing things wrong, okay? So let me tell you, if you still don't believe this is a problem, look around in your classroom, okay? Look around now, think of what you have or what you can see in your classroom that is made of plastic, okay? Let's say 5 things.
And actually, we did do this exact activity, and the children they sent in their pictures to me. We put them on your Padlet.
Okay, so let me see.
Yeah,
Not Wales.
there.
Let me see,
Yeah,
California.
yeah.
Oh, New York.
New York.
Right?
That's us. Yep.
It's
Yep.
this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, very good. So you have many things made of plastic in your classroom. So cool. And at home, as I can see here. Yeah? Oh no, this is not from you. Okay, California. So you see, even our toothbrushes at home, in our bathrooms, we have plenty of things that are made of plastic. The other thing, I don't know if you did already, is to go on a hunt, a plastic hunt. Did you go on a plastic hunt?
So we did. We took surveys for a week of all the plastics that we used once and threw away, and we tallied them all up. And for many of us, it was pretty surprising how much plastic we used.
Yeah, I see here. Those are your photos, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very sad. You see here, cutlery, we discard it easily. Yeah, it's a problem. You know why it's a problem? Because plastic will last forever, as I told you. So it will not disappear. It may be changing to smaller pieces like microplastics I told you about before. So it's a problem. We have to change. So what do you think we can do? Do you agree with one of these ideas I have here? Number one. Do you agree with number one?
Yeah.
Okay. So why should we put our plastic in the bin?
Well,
Because because when plastic waste goes to the trash, it can kill fish if it gets to the ocean.
Uh-huh. So it's better to put it in the bin, and a container, not to go loose to the ocean or to harm another animal somewhere, okay? Very good. And why should we not use plastic straws?
Because then it could, like you mentioned the video where someone saw like a straw stuck in the turtle's nose. It could do that too. It could happen again where like a turtle sees a straw and is
Yeah.
like sees it and is just swimming, and then the straw just, let's say a storm happens and the straw.
so
Yeah, so they are very dangerous to little animals as well. Very good. And this one, these two. Do you agree? Do you know these fancy words? Reduce or refuse plastic. Plastic. Why? What does this mean? Reduce. Do you know what reduce means?
yeah, we talk about that a lot, especially in our school.
Uh-huh. So reducing means?
What does it mean, Juliet?
It means to like use things.
No, not reuse, reduce. To reduce
Is
What is-
to use
To use less.
less. Very good. And refuse. Refuse. What does this mean? You know?
refuse. Kayla?
Like to not do it.
Yeah, say no. Okay, no thank you. I don't need a plastic bag. No thank you. I don't need a plastic bottle. Okay, so refuse, like this young lady here. Refuse. And I'm sure you also know other R's, do you?
What others do we know, guys? In our school, we talk about it all the time. Ryan H?
Reduce and recycle.
Yeah. Recycle. What else?
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, and now refuse. Okay, say no. Very, very important. Is there a question? Go ahead.
It says, on number 4, it says not to use plastic bags, but my family needs to use plastic bags.
Say again. I'm sorry.
There's the, number 4, it says not to use plastic bags, but my family needs to use plastic bags.
Uh-huh. Yes, do you agree?
No. Why do they say no to plastic bags?
Yeah, we should say no as much as possible to plastic bags. We can use paper or card or cloth bags instead, okay? I have this fancy one, like this. I don't know if you can see me on the little screen.
No, we can't. It's a little too small.
Too small. Well, I can show you when I start unsharing my screen, which will be in a minute. I will show you. So I use mine. I go to local markets. Do your parents go to local markets instead of those big supermarkets?
Like a farmer's market, maybe. Yep, some of your parents do.
Yeah. Okay. So try to do that. It's very, very healthy. And this is, guess what? Microplastics, man-made microplastics. This fancy word, polyethylene. Can you repeat after me? Polyethylene?
Polyethylene.
Yeah, it's man-made microplastics. Remember those little pieces I told you about? Some people, some manufacturers, they put it in their products, like beauty products or detergents to wash the clothes, you know. And some countries are banning this. So you should warn your parents not to buy this. Okay? Then you can organize your cleanup brigades. You should tell your family, you should tell your friends about this problem. As I said, no one will change a finger unless they think it's wrong. You can watch this movie later. It comes from Australia. Okay, they are reusing the plastic bags to make a colorful fish, and you can also create your own projects. I'm sure you will do that or maybe you are doing already. And then you can explore all these links I'm passing through rather quickly, because I will share the presentation with your teacher. Okay, so you can explore this at your own pace. You can bring the plastic to your school and have fun and find a way of warning people about this problem. I'm a music teacher, by the way. I'm not a science teacher. So we created a musical piece, and they played it with plastic items like buckets, bottles and cups and whatever. You can watch it also later. It's a lousy recording at school, but it doesn't matter. They understood the idea, so they did something. Now, are you willing to help these guys?
Yeah.
Otto's friends, they deserve our help, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, they are very, very beautiful creatures. And by the way, you have to know something. Those guys I showed you on the photos, I was on a National Geographic summit the other day, and the photographer that took those photos told us that the animals on the photos, they released them after taking the photos. Okay, so those were the lucky animals. Okay, those were the lucky ones, but many, many like those are not that lucky. Those are the ones we have to save. Okay, so are you willing to join the plastic cleanup brigade?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm all yours. Thank you so much. I hope it was worth the waiting. And I don't know if you want to play Kahoot or ask me some questions or something. So just to tell you, this is my cloth bag. You see, this is a cloth bag. I always carry one of these. I have many cloth bags all over the the place with different design. And every time I decide to go shopping, I have one of these in my bag. So I don't need to bring plastic bags. I also carry these. You see, it's a reusable bottle. And I don't buy yogurt when it comes in plastic cups. I use only glass. Okay, so these are little steps that maybe you can do as well. Okay, ready for the Kahoot now?
Yeah.
Okay, are you going to play in teams or individually, one-on-one?
So I partnered them up together so they can share a computer.
Okay.
So whatever way you think works best.
The same. For me, it's the same. So it's up to you. We can, if you want them to write their own name, we can go teams. That way they have a few seconds to chat and then answer. If we go individually, they can write both names. It doesn't matter, but the time will start immediately after the question.
Okay. So
What do you?
just so that we can start this quickly, why don't you just, when it asks you what your team name is, just use the initials from the first letter of your first name. So if I was playing with Mrs. Musiel Martins, my first name's Allison, her first name is Gabby, so we would call it either AG or GA. Okay, so that way it'll be done quickly. So before I send them back to the computers, what should they do once they get to the computers?
Oh, they have to enter Kahoot. Do you know Kahoot.it?
Okay, so friends, we're going to open up the internet, and we're going to go. Don't get up yet. I'll let you know. And then we're going to type in the top bar Kahoot.it. So like it.
Yeah, and then the number, I'm putting the number here. It will appear. They write the number of the game, then the name of the team and those initials of their names, and that's it.
Okay, so once you enter Kahoot.it, then look up next direction, okay? I would like Will and his partner to go off, Destiny and her partner, Erin and her partner, Ethan and his partner, Lisa and her partner, Noah and his partner, Leo and his partner, Ryan S and his partner, Juliet and his partner, her partner, sorry, Nikki and your partner, Liliana and partner. All right, I'll let you know as soon as we're ready.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Who's got it?
That's on the screen.
You are not looking very well.
Raise your hand if you need help.
Can you just stop? Seven, 4, 1, 9. 7, 9. You have to wait. 7, 9.
Just pick either RJ or
So then put N.
9. Nope, that's good.
You can write your name under that. That's fine. Right here.
Okay, raise your hand if you're done and ready. If you're waiting. Raise your hand if you're done and ready.
Should have a screen. That's up. That's it. Don't stress it. Take a deep breath. Write your nickname. Write Ryan and listen. Turn around and take a deep breath.
Okay, ready? You have to put in either E, R, or all of them. Guys, ready? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so we're gonna stop talking. Okay, look up at the start card. All right, I think we're ready.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, guys, ready? Here we go.
Ah, you guys are fast, my God. Very good, 2050. G-A, J-E.
Now the task that you answered exactly.
Okay, so question number 2.
What's the name of the tiny microscopic piece made of plastic?
Oh my God, where are the game? Where is the game? What's happening? Oh my God. This never happened to me.
That's okay.
This is a first. I don't know what to do. Oh my God.
Is there some type of back button that you can hit, or?
It's empty. It's actually empty. So maybe we have to go out and start again, or shall we go to the third question?
We can start again. We only did one question, so that's fine. As long as you don't have to enter their names again.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
That's all right.
I think it's something with my computer that is went crazy or something, because it's not responding as it should, you know.
Okay.
Or we can try again if you have a spare minute, or I can send you the link if you have to go. I'll understand.
So would they have to enter their names and everything again?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I think they can do it quickly. They've been so excited about this.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, my God.
Okay. So do you want them to go back to Kahoot.it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so go through the address again, Kahoot.it, enter your exact same initials one more time.
Give you a new pin, I think, okay?
Yeah, it's gonna give you a new PIN number.
All right, don't
Yep,
worry
just
about
be
it.
patient and wait. It'll come.
Oh, I know the trick. I know the trick. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we know the Italian.
Oh my. It's going to be a different PIN number, friends.
Oh, it's the same number.
All right, I think we're ready. We're all ready. All right, if you're ready, I need you to stop talking.
Okay,
Okay,
so now we're ready. Let's go. Hope it works, guys.
All right, we're gonna do the same first question again. If nothing is done, there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean by.
Okay, so we are in the lead. Okay, next question.
What's the name of the tiny microscopic piece made of plastic?
Yeah, you guys are fast. TL.
Get ready.
Okay. Next question.
Half the plastic produced in the ocean every year is used.
10 times.
Oh, so cool. Everyone's right. TL in the lead now. Okay. Question number 4.
How many tons of plastic are dumped into our oceans every year? How many tons?
Very good. 8 million tons. TL. Okay. Moving on.
Plastic bags used only for around how long? 15 hours, minutes, or days?
This is a first for me too. Everyone's right. Okay. Question number 6.
What's byproducts containing polyethylene, polycrystal, polyethylene?
Oh, polyethylene. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, TL still in the lead. Come on, guys. You need to be faster to beat TL. Let's go. Question number 7.
Better to bring products wrapped or packed in paper tin or glass, plastic.
Okay. Paper, tin, or glass. Very good. TL still in the lead. We're approaching the end, so question number 8.
What should you do to decrease the impact of the plastic in the environment? Buy many things made of plastic. Reduce, recycle, or reuse plastic.
Very good. So, TL still in the lead. Okay. 9th question, very difficult one. Be careful. Yeah. Plastic straws. Very, very cool. Okay, still in the lead. Finally, last question. Also very difficult one.
Here we go. Are you ready to fight plastic pollution and protect the oceans? Yes. No, yes. Yes. They're all going to be correct. What's here? It's going to be correct.
Yeah. So this is a first for me. I've never seen a class being correct all the time. So congratulations for that. It's amazing. I'm taking a photo here of a print screen of this score because it's unbelievable. Okay, and here we go. I'm unsharing my screen. And here we are again. Congratulations. I don't know if you have something to tell me or to show me or to ask me.
So I'm just going to have them come back closer for a moment.
Okay.
I was in 6th place.
We're not having a personal conversation right now.
2, 1.
You are a lovely class, clever class as well. So I hope to see and to hear from you soon. Okay, whatever you decide to do to warn people about this problem and help Otto's friends will be very, very important. Okay, I've been in many schools all over the world, from Australia to Canada, 200, more than 200 now. And some students share with me what they decide to do after the lesson, and I'm very proud, and they are doing very good work. So I hope to hear from you, because you seem to be a very clever class. Are you? Well, aren't
Does
you?
anyone have a question to ask about anything? Or anything that they want to share about their own survey, or things that they've noticed? No questions? We've been researching this for a long time, so I think they know a lot.
They do. It's fantastic. I've never seen, believe me, I've never seen a class doing all those questions correctly. It's amazing. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Okay, well, friends, let's say thank you. And we will be in touch with you if we come up with some sort of other way to help, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
All
It will be
right.
nice. I
Thank
will
you.
share the presentation. I will share some other links that you can use. And I will be very happy to hear from you if you decide
Great.
to do something later. Okay?
Thank you so
you.
much. Let's say thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.